Back to my culture, man. Welcome back to saying is Jacob Brown coming with a new edition. To saying, go check out my channel, Jacob Brown Official on YouTube. To saying, obviously, I just thought let me just make a video on robotics while I'm at it. To saying, so hey, if you come into this channel for the first time, get the guitars out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Not. You know what I'm saying? And let me just talk to you about this, right? So sucking on this drink. I'm saying so. Obviously, if you don't know, I made content on climate change, to do with the 2030 goal, which is to do with phasing out coal and eventually phasing out coal and eventually phasing out just petrol and diesel. I'm saying that's 2050 goal to get to a carbon net zero. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what the conference of parties, COP conferences, talked about when there was in Glasgow in Egypt. And I think this year, I don't know, it's happening somewhere in Europe. Do you know what I'm saying? But let me just break it down to you, right? So that's what I made content on. Then I talked about, the tech, industry. I mean, if you don't know where tech is booming in the world, it's in Silicon Valley next to Palo Alto in California. Do you know what I'm saying? It's California is the state in US. It's one of the states in the US. Washington DC is the capital of the US. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm going to talk to you about is because obviously I touched into the tech aspects, and to do with AI and artificial intelligence and how it's incorporated in the modern world in businesses and also on the digital aspects of business. You know what I'm saying? But also in the traditional businesses where they're incorporating AI. Example is Farringdon. If you go to Tesco, there is literally self-serve. You walk in, there's no employees. You just walk in, scan your phone, get your stuff. There's some sensors, motion detectors. There's some detectors, and you just go do your own shopping and walk without waiting at the till or do self-checkout. You just go scan your phone, and the sensors and motion detectors detecting what you're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So let me just break it down to you. So I just want to make this video about robotics and talk about a couple of things I think that's been running on my mind. Right. So we're gonna start a series on Jacob Brown Official, and I just want to be able to talk about the things that's important, because Brown is an entrepreneur and get the air guitars out and sometimes fuck around when Brown need to fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Because it's life, bro. So now when I go to places and I talk about this, I usually get fucktards that will come up and be like, once I was making a video like somewhere and some fucktard just walked up to me and was like, bro, like, what are you making videos about, bro? I'm like, who are you? And he goes, well, like, bro, like, I just wanted to know, innit? And I was like, well, like, why are you even coming up and speaking to me? Like, you need to go get a shave, man. He's starting to look like Hitler. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, let me just break it down to you. So, hey, robotics is important. I think there's a great movement in the States, obviously in Japan. There's a movement that's going on in China as well, but I think who started this off, like I think when I was young, was like who really been focusing on robotics and just just when I say robot, like I wanted to like not just think of like a robot like walking around like left, right, center, 360 motherfuckers. So get the air guitars out. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to tell you for my culture is that because some fucktards are gonna be like, oh yeah, but why are we talking about robots, bro? Like, well, you're gonna start the apocalypse, the Armageddon, the end of the world. Like, what is it gonna be like? Fucking Terminator? Like, oh, they'll be like literally fucktards out there going when I talk about robots. I'll probably watch this video and they'll be like, hey, bro, you're talking about robotics, bro, and they will be like, hey, man, they'll literally be like, oh yeah, you know what, Brown is talking about robotics, bro. He's trying to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator. In fact, you know what? I think Brown is gonna go to the mother company and like in the movie where they go to where the robots are built and it's controlled. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna probably control. He's gonna be the next Hitler, bro. Because Brown is out there trying to build robots, trying to take over the human being. He's trying to take over us, bro. You know what? We need to do something, bro. Oh my God, bro, Brown, bro. Can't believe it, bro. Brown trying to build robots, bro. You know what I'm trying to tell you. So let me just break it down to you, right? So why is robotics important? And I think there's a lot of use to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the downside is there's going to be lack of employment because a lot of people's going to lose jobs. Especially one great example. It's to do with the Farringdon Tesco or Tesco. Some Tesco's or supermarkets here and around the world, right, where literally there's no employees. You just walk in, scan your phone, sensors, motion detectors. I just made this video, right? Just in this video, I talked about this, and so why is it great? Why is it like a good opportunity? Because it's just going to help businesses, cover costs. I'm saying. So one of the importance why robotics might be important for like say the industries like warehouses or like say like supermarkets or whatnot, right? It's because like if you see like warehouses, like example, like let me give you a good example right before I even start about robotics, right? You got like Sainsbury's, you got supermarkets, Asda, Waitrose, wherever you go shop at, you know what I'm saying? Behind the scene, there's warehouses. They're trying to, make the product, and ship, drive the product and ship it. You know what I'm saying? Now the issue is like this, this takes a lot of labor. You know what I'm saying? Man labor, because there has to be people out there sprinkling some, cheese on some, conveyor belt for this food to be made. Or sometimes you can take the warehousing situation where you might have to go like these delivery places where you go take a product from a shelf and then put it in a van and it has to go somewhere, right? With the robots, what could happen is you can literally have these robots be run, give them a order to follow, and what happens is now these robots go up and pick this product from this shelf and this shelf, put it in a trolley, bring it back, and it just saves you a whole bunch of money because there's you don't need a human being to do that job. A robot could just do that. I mean, if it has the conscience or built-in AI to respond just as a human being, which I'm saying, to follow orders, which I'm saying, that's a great opportunity for supermarkets or warehouses where you just don't have to employ people, man. Just have to tell the robot like, here's all these things there to pick up. It will just go pick it up. So I'm saying, go all these motion detectors and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's like futuristic, like Back to the Future bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Get the air guitars out for that. You know what I'm saying? But let me just break it down to you, Ryan. I think it's important. This is what I'm trying to get at. So what is robotics? Robotics is like well, I could say at this moment in time, a while back, like about a decade or 2 decades ago, it was a study of like how can we create, how can we create something, that can behave just as a human being and carry out daily tasks to help, companies or just help humans. Like if a human was in a care home or if a human was in a place of vulnerability, how can a robot be able to help, what I'm saying? Like example, like if a person is like sleeping at home on a sofa, do you know what I'm saying, and literally like they can't get up because they got some mobility issue or they probably disabled, do you know what I'm saying, probably like they have some form of just movement issues, what I'm saying. So the robot's there and all they gotta do is like be like, hey robot, can you just go grab me a milk from the fridge, can you just go grab me this, and the robot's like, yes master, I'll go grab it for you. And then the robot just like walks around like the Peter Crouch robot, do you know what I'm saying, Peter Crouch and the robot. Who knows about that Peter Crouch robot, when he like scores the goal. So now the great thing about robotics is that trying to find a solution for people that are possibly vulnerable or people that might have mobility issues who can't walk in their house, like they have to sit in a sofa and it takes about 5 minutes to go to the kitchen, you know what I'm saying. So robotics, let me just talk about this, right? So there's always this question about there was already a question about artificial intelligence. Is this safe if you're able to build robots, and would there be like an Armageddon and robots taking over? Well, to be honest, to a fair opinion, yeah, that could be possible. Like if you do build something that has a conscience of a human being and you build with AI and you give it the same the question comes back to, can robots have free will? This is the question that really I think people ask. Can a robot really have free will? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what free will is, right? Free will is something that every single human being have, but do we really have free will in a country that has governments and stuff? Fuck no, do you know what I'm saying? But can a robot have free will to do what it wants to do? Do you know what I'm saying? That's a question, and it comes back on the basis of ethical understanding, also with morality of there are moral concerns, and also there is concerns when it comes to whether if it's gonna help humans or is it gonna hurt humans? Do you know what I'm saying, as a whole? And I just want to be able to talk about that. So hear me out. I know it's a short video. I just want to make a video for my drama culture. Just hear me. The thing is, like, you know, for me, like, the question is, robots having free will? Can a robot have free will? Well, to be honest, like, you know, if a robot, like, say if you see a robot, like, you know, you see those movies and these robots out there, like, you know, looking like human beings. I think there's a movie called Ex Machina. Like, I think it's a movie called Ex Machina where this man, he builds a robot that looks like, I think his ex-girlfriend or some crap, I'm saying, and she lives with him, and then she goes ham, and then fucking, you know, there's like, she unalives a fucking guy. So I'm saying, you don't want that. So I'm saying that'd be a fucking bad love story, bro. So I'm saying we don't want that. So let me just break it down to you, right? So can a robot have free will? Yeah, sure. You know, robots can have free will. I'm saying, if a robot, you know, when you open up a robot and say it's in your house now, you're trying to train it, like, you know, if the company that's selling these robots, they possibly will have to, you know, give it, you know, sort of their softwares, and there's AI, right? Or, you know what, can you please go get the milk? Can you please go get the banana? Can you please, like, you know, go, you know, clean the carpet, clean the house, clean the toilet, mop the floor? I'm saying the robot does that because now it's been given an instruction. So when a robot comes up, it's brand new, it's been given instructions. You know what I'm saying? But then again, like, these are instructions that are, you know, there to help the consumers, because robots could become a commodity at one point where it's needed in every household or businesses or takeaways. I mean, imagine, like, you know, a time in our life, right, where you walk into a restaurant, there is no more waiters or waitresses. What I'm saying, it's just robots. Like, you know, this is already happening in restaurants where it's these machines that are being told, go to table 3, go to table 5, go to table 7, go to table, you know, 12, 13, 15, 20, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I'm saying, and the robots will literally, like, move itself around, and it has sensors, and it will just take the food there. It's already in the industry. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to get at is, can a robot have free will? Absolutely, it can have free will. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if a robot can be used with AI and softwares and be built, it can have, when I say free will, can have conscience of a human being, because that's the real concern, right? Because a human being can have conscience of being good or bad or both. You know what I'm saying? And I always say this, all human being good? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is Jacob Brown a good person? Fuck, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no one out here in McDonald's that is purely good. If they were good, that good, I'd probably have to get this cross and take this cross off and, you know, build a statue of that pure human being. You know what I'm saying? We're all sinners and we're all good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Let me just break it down. So hear me out. So the question is, like, can a robot have free will and just have conscience like a human being? Fuck yeah, it can. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you built it with, you know, like, to behave like a human being, right? I mean, have you heard the story of Facebook? Like, I think I've read an article, right? You know, Facebook, like, you know, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta, right? He actually built 2 robots. You know what I'm saying? And this, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is a great entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he built Facebook when he was a teenager from Harvard. You know what I'm saying? He was, like, you know, studying at Harvard University. And what I gotta tell you, man, and this guy literally, what he did was, like, he just built, like, you know, I think it was called he was trying to take the piss out of some girls or some shit, Face Mash or some stuff. Then he came up with Facebook, and then it was, you know, it was Facebook.edu at the time, and then it just went around universities and whatnot. So I'm saying, look, listen, I'm making an educated point of view because Brown has been born in the UK, and he's, like, you know, fucking starting to sound like Richard Branson. Even Richard Branson, you know, might have to, like, call up Brown, and Jacob Brown will pull up and be like, hey, Richard, what's going on? So I'm saying, let me break it down to you, man. So can a robot have conscience and free will? Fuck yeah, it can. You know what I'm saying? If you build a robot that has that can behave like a human being, I mean, the whole story about Facebook is that they put, you know, a robot, and they put 2 robots together, and then these robots now started communicating with each other in a language of code, because, you know, AI is run by code, right? In a code that is not recognized. So I'm saying, so what I'm trying to get at is, it's simple, man. It's basically, yeah, you know, a robot can have free will, conscience. Well, if it's built with the behaviors of a human being over time, you know, it can, like, you know, it can literally, like, override the software. Do you know what I'm saying? What I mean by that, it is an educated opinion of being a computer programmer, right? Talking about this, it can override the software that is built upon. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, how do you get viruses? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, this whole thing about, you know, Terminator and all these robots going mad, or, you know, Will Smith's movie, I Am Legend. Do you know what I'm saying? Or is it? Yeah, I think it's I Am Legend, or I don't know which one is. I think I'm a Legend. You know that one where Will Smith got this robotic arm. Can it have, you know, can a robot, you know, take over the world and, you know, be a concern to human being? to educated opinion, yes, it can. I'm saying because if it's got conscience, it can override, or built like a human, it can override the software to build its own software and build walls around that software and then fucking take over human being, the race, bro. Which I'm saying, so what I'm trying to get at is, so should we be concerned about robots taking over the world or robotics? Well, to be honest, when I say robotics, I'm not just talking about robots that looks like humans or like, like just, like the shape of, you know what I'm saying? Robotics could incorporate, you know what I'm saying, like, machines in industries like warehouses that picks up things and delivers things, or even like in our restaurants or hotels that, does the towels, does the waitresses job, you know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion, man. Like, there's no point in me making a video and be like, oh, nah, bro. Robots can't take over the world, bro. Well, to be honest, if you know about computers were built up and you get viruses, you know what I'm saying? You got virus, you got antivirus, you got bugs on computers or even your phone, you know what I'm saying? If that could happen, it could happen with a robot too, you know what I'm saying? So how are we going to find a solution for that is simple. It's just you got to have like a mother company, like, somewhere in Silicon Valley or fuck knows which, you know what I'm saying, that manages all these robots, you know what I'm saying? How I see it, how Bill Gates, who built Microsoft, if you know about Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates, the reason why Bill Gates is Bill Gates, because Bill Gates did something that no other person done at the time. Well, other industries, yes, you got the Rockefellers and whatnot, I'm saying. Bill Gates, why is Bill Gates? Bill Gates is because he monopolized Microsoft on every single computer, except Apple, I'm saying. I mean, he was a smart businessman, I'm saying. He went out there and he said, you know what? Every single computer that's going to be built is going to have Microsoft, you know what I'm saying? And that's why Microsoft is one of the leading brands to this day, and Bill Gates is Bill Gates, you know what I'm saying. Would there be a situation where someone might, be able to monopolize robots and have like one big mother company that control all these robots? Who knows, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of governmental concerns that will be seen when robots come into the scene, and also safety concerns, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because robots made out of metal, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if there was if a robot looks like, me or you, you know what I'm saying, walking into a pub now and some of my guys like, hey man, you know what, do you want to go, the bro to bro, like, fist to fist, and the guy doesn't know it's a robot, like one smack to the jaw, like, it's gonna like kill, and the guy's gonna go to snap City, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I gotta tell you is, man, it's a real concern, but I just wanted to share this, so I'm gonna make another video to talk about just the concerns, and just go over a video of a company that I've been watching in the States, but also there's a company in Japan that's doing their thing, bro, you know what I'm saying? So this is obviously the part of the tech series, so go check my content out, Jacob Brown Official YouTube, and we get it going on, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you're doing now, Jacob Brown is from Sri Lanka, Southeast Asian, and also he's very smart. He's a genius, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not being ego about it, you know what I'm saying? I'm very smart, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all my family and my cousins are doctors, nurses, pilots and bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I just fucked around, you know what I'm saying? Because I got bored of, the whole notion of like, the whole climbing the ladder bullshit, you know what I'm saying? It's what I'm trying to invite my culture is trying to invite my community on the larger collective, my community on the socials, right? The large collective is this, and I'm saying. That's all I gotta tell you, man. Like, I'm just trying to invite everyone on my socials, you know what I'm saying? And I'm great at doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta just tell you, man, if you wanna know more about this climate change, Extinction Rebellion, go check out my content. Go and check out, content on the whole tech side of things and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? In fact, you know what? I'm gonna pull up and see the President of the United States one day, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Why not? I mean, Donald Trump would be like, yeah, Jacob Brown, gotta tell you, man. Like, Donald, you don't sound like that, Donald, you know what I'm saying? Well, are you gonna make America great again, Jacob Brown? I'll be like, Donald, I'll make America great again, man, you know what I'm saying? Just give me the keys to the Federal Reserve, you know what I'm saying? To go get me my 1 billion, not 1 milli, 1 billion, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, well, I can't do that, but, you can have the secret codes for that 1 billion I got stored from Federal Reserve in Swiss, like one of those secret banks, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, hey, man, we're friends now, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get it, man. whenever I just pull up here, right, you get a bunch of Karens and Kevins like, you know, not liking my ass, and I'm like, it's alright, bro. Get my tongue out, bro. It's a free world, bro. It's a free country, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it, man. Peace and love and bad and beauty.